Hi there, and welcome to First Coast Sugar Gliders again. If you haven't met me, I am Paula Williams, owner of First Coast Sugar Gliders. Today, we'll be talking about where to get your sugar gliders from, how to pick a good breeder, and who you should stay away from. So let's start with the assumption that you have decided to buy your new family members from a reputable breeder and stay away from shopping malls, flea markets, Craigslist, and other bad places. So you might be asking yourself, where do I start? Well, first of all, you should research on the internet for sugar glider breeders in your area or at a driving distance from where you live. Let's say you found 3 breeders in your area. This means that you should interview all 3 breeders. We'll go into the specific questions you should ask the breeders in a minute. Right now, I would like to talk about your first conversation with the breeders in your area. Every reputable breeder has a website with contact information posted. Some of them prefer not to post their phone numbers, which is okay, but they should at least have an email address listed. If they only have an email listed, write to them requesting that they contact you. You should include on the email your name, your intentions, and how much and for how long have you been doing research on sugar gliders. If the breeder has his or her telephone number listed, you should give them a call. Remember, be prepared, because a good, reputable breeder will also ask you many questions. So here's the information you want to convey or gather during your first conversation with your breeder. Introduce yourself. Introduce your purpose for calling and how long you have been doing research on sugies. Express your desire to adopt 2 sugar gliders. Any reputable breeder will not sell a single sugar glider. That is totally related to the safety and health of the animal. Ask the breeder if you can visit their facilities and try to schedule an appointment. Lastly, ask the breeder if they are USDA licensed. If they are, request their number and go to the website, the USDA website, and research their facility. There should be reports on their facility for every year. When choosing a breeder, you not only need the knowledge of what to ask and look for, but also need to use your basic trust and your instincts. If you don't get a good vibe from your breeder, toss it aside and move on. Here are some reasons why you should cut a breeder from your list. You leave a message for the breeder, and it takes more than a day for them to return your call or email. This is a sign of bad customer service. Imagine if you have an emergency and you need to get in touch with the breeder. Is it going to take 1 or 2 days for them to get back to you? By then, it's too late. 2, breeder is short with you and does not offer or provide any extra information to you. Number 3, breeder does not allow you to visit their facility. And finally, breeder is not USDA licensed. Now, here are some good signs of a good breeder. Although having a USDA license is very important, it does not guarantee that the breeder in question is a good breeder. Ask for and check references. Don't be shy. Good breeders will have testimonials on their websites or will gladly provide you with references. Number 2, a good breeder will let you see their facilities and the parents of the gliders you are wanting. When visiting their facilities, Check to see if their facility is clean, that the cages are of suitable size for the sugar gliders, and that the sugar gliders all have wheels in their cages. We at First Coast Sugar Gliders not only welcome our customers to come visit with their babies, but we also require a pre-adoption interview to be conducted at my house. Number 3, ask them about diet. What diet does the breeder feed the parents? And what diet will the joey be weaned on? A good breeder will have their gliders on an approved diet. Ask the breeder at what age they separate the joeys from the parents. They should be no younger than 8 weeks old or 8 weeks out of pouch. Ask them how they determine the joey's age, especially if it is their actual birth date or their out of pouch date. Ask the breeder how he or she determines the out of pouch date. The way I determine it is when they are about to come out of pouch, they are still hanging to mama's nipples. I only consider them out of pouch once I see that they have detached from the nipples and mom is out playing and eating. Number 5, ask them about their before and after sales customer support. A good breeder will take the time to talk to you and answer all of your questions before you take your baby home. A good breeder will also ask you many questions in order to determine if a sugar glider is a good pet for you and your family. Here at First Coast Sugar Gliders, we require that the prospective buyer fills out an adoption questionnaire and a research list with approximately 50 questions on sugar glider care, maintenance, diet, etc. A good breeder will also keep in touch with you after you take your babies home and will make herself or himself available for any questions that may arise. Number 6, ask if the gliders are related and if the breeder has lineage for his or her gliders. If you're getting a boy and a girl, you need to make sure that they are not related. A good breeder will have lineage on all of their gliders. Number 7, look at the glider itself. Their fur should be fluffy and soft, almost like silk. They should have big, bright black eyes and be alert of their environment. They should not be hand-shy or afraid, but friendly and social, and that goes for the parents too. Number 8, a good breeder should be comfortable with questions, tons of questions, which you should have prepared before meeting with the breeder. Any sign of annoyance or hesitation or on the breeder's part is cause for questioning. A good breeder will want the reassurance that their babies are going to the perfect home. If the breeder seems like they would sell to anyone with money, be cautious. It is also very important to ask the breeder where did he or she get their gliders from. A good breeder will start spouting off where they got each one of their gliders from, their lineage, their temperaments, everything about their gliders. If they hesitate or say that they got them online or from a person that they don't know, you can't be sure that there is no inbreeding or defects in the line. Plus, it's a huge sign of an irresponsible breeder. Don't ever be afraid to ask your breeder tons of questions. A good breeder will not only welcome questions, but will also reciprocate them. Ask the breeder how long they have been in business and how did their business start. Ask the breeder what is their policy if you find the sugar gliders is mean and not sweet as promised in their advertising. Here at First Coast Sugar Gliders, we work very hard with our joeys by handling them daily. We also encourage our customers to come over to our house at least once a week to bond with their babies. We also provide our customers with a lot of information on bonding, and we strongly recommend that our customers follow our Sugar suggestions regarding bonding. Please understand that it is ultimately your responsibility to bond with that glider. Customers should also understand that it can take anywhere from 1 month to 1 year to be fully bonded to a sugar glider. Ask if the gliders have a health guarantee. Most breeders have a health guarantee of 72 hours based on the fact that the glider was taken and seen by an exotic vet during those initial 72 hours. Ask the breeder what kind of information they provide the customers when purchasing a joey. Good breeders should provide the customers with at least the following information: a care sheet, a diet recipe and directions on how to present the diet to your gliders, bonding techniques, a birth certificate, and the USDA paperwork. First Coast Sugar Gliders provides a personalized folder with the following information. I add my business card with all my contact information. I add a sugar glider care sheet, a sugar glider hygiene handout, which explains how to minimize the odors and clean your cages, a frequently asked question on sugar gliders' behavior, a list of approved diets with their recipe and presentation method, a handout on the HPW recipe and presentation method, bonding tips, a must-have supply list, prices of the supplies, a veterinary list, a list of all the ways you may contact us, and a CD with pictures of your baby. Ask the breeder if your joey comes with anything. Does the breeder provide you with anything else besides the joey? For example, at First Coast Sugar Gliders, all of our joeys go home with a sleeping pouch and 1 month's worth of the HPW diet. The questions mentioned in this video serve as a baseline only. What is important here is that you go to the meeting with the breeder prepared. Do your research. Write down all your questions that you want to ask, and go with your instinct. I hope this video helps you with your sugar glider search. Please remember that you can always call me, Carol, or Teresa if you have any questions. Thank you and have a wonderful day.